to land a first job, we need to make a good proposal. And to make a good proposal, we need to actually spend time for it. So first thing we need to make sure is that we are able to do it, because if we are not able to do the job, it can have bad consequences. And yeah, it will be easier to make sure we can do it right away. And so next step is to make, so I'm talking about the first proposal, first job landing proposal, not the proposals after that. So once we are experienced, people are usually coming at us and they are invite us to jobs and etc. Yeah, so second step is to actually make a progress before the proposal and mention about the progress in the proposal itself. And then comes the proposal. So first thing we need to make sure, so we don't beg like, yeah, so we don't do that. And again, we don't ask ChatGPT, because about 68% are already using it, and what ChatGPT outputs is very similar for different people. And imagine you are employer and you are looking proposals, and out of 50, for example, 45 proposals are the same, so it won't look good. And so basically we have to check it from employer's perspective and what they want. So yeah, so in this case, so I actually saw one post. So one person mentioned he posted job on Upwork and he received about 80%. So 80% of proposals were ChatGPT generated, and he discarded them right away. He discarded everyone, and out of remaining 20%, 50% proposals were garbage, and only one or two people actually had spent time reading the job and making sure they understand everything. And yeah, so this is the reality. Yeah, so next point is, so we have to be light and professional and to the point and no bullshit words. So we don't need to, like, yeah, so we need to be direct and we need to be professional. So we don't need to add additional words which does not add anything to the proposal. There are some questions, usually in the job postings there are some questions, and we need to read them, we need to understand them, and we need to answer all the questions carefully. So I always say portfolio is very important, and especially if it's, I mean, if it looks professional and aesthetic. So if you try to link only, yeah, so the project, I mean several examples, the work which you have already done, you need to link those in the proposal, and it needs to be accessible, only one click, and client doesn't have to download anything, doesn't have to run or check or read. Yeah, just one link with images, it's better, yeah, or GIFs or auto-playing videos, and yeah, it will increase the chances. So next part is asking relevant questions about the project. This is also important, because in this way you motivate the client to actually feel invested. And so if he answers the questions, yeah, it's almost, client is almost ours. So we have to keep it short, so nobody wants to read large proposals, because again, sometimes they are receiving 50 or more proposals and nobody wants to read everything. You just have to, it have to be short, like I don't know, 20 lines or so, or 30, I don't know, but yeah, it has to be short. And yeah, so this does not need to be said, but no grammatical errors. You have to check it grammatically, because if you have some grammatical errors, this text won't sound professional. So there is Grammarly extension, and yeah, I recommend using this extension, and it will catch many errors. Next part I wanted to speak about is what is best way to start. And so I'm referring mostly to people who have other risks, like who have loans and who have families and they are provider to families. It's easier to start on Upwork, so if nobody depends on you, but it's harder when you already have the job locally, when you have family, when you have loans, etc. Yeah, it's harder. And in that case, yeah, this is just general advice. It's not connected. Yeah, this is not connected to this theme. So general advice is to stay in specialized and niche category. You don't have, so basically just be professional in one small niche category and you will have better chance. And not only rating matters, but also network matters. So around me, many people started first jobs from people who were already working on Upwork, and they just made recommendations, and it was very easy for them to take new first jobs on Upwork. So yeah, network also matters. And yeah, okay, so I will now go here. So again, we have loans, we have family, and what to do, how can we start on Upwork? First, yeah, we have to register and we have to start taking simple jobs, which will be, so in my experience, it was about $200-500 monthly. And so this was when I had $3 to $10 rate. And yeah, I was working on full-time job, and on evenings I was working on Upwork. Yeah, basically I was working on my dream technologies and I was searching for similar jobs, and yeah, basically I was working on small rates and I was earning this much. But as time passed, so I noticed that so one night I just decided to increase the rate. So I had $10 per hour and I just set it to $25. And yeah, within 1 week I already have new job on Upwork with this new rate. People started inviting me on jobs more, so it was 3 times more than I was getting before. So I jumped to I 3x'd my salary in 1 month. Basically what I'm saying is minimum rate you should do is $20 per hour. Yeah, so this is my take from this situation. So yeah, again, so when you move to next level and when you earn about $600 to $2,000 per month, then you can actually start saving. So if you work full-time on job and if you earn as much as $2,000 per month, it's easier to start saving, so you can be prepared when you make full-time switch to Upwork. And so I would say, so depending on how much loan you have or how many people are dependent on you, I would say 6 to 12 months enough money, I mean to live for 6 to 12 months. You have to save that amount of money before you make switch to full-time job. And yeah, and so basically I'm talking about my experience here, and once I had this money saved, it was about 15,000 GEL. So I switched to Upwork completely. So working half-time on Upwork exceeded my salary in local full-time job where I was working full-time. And yeah, I just make calculated decision and I switched to Upwork. And So when I switched to full-time Upwork, I had at least I had 2 to 3 active contracts, so I had risks insured. So yeah, so basically I would advise the same to other people who want to make full-time switch to Upwork. Okay, so next part is next steps. So what comes after that? So how we will progress. So this full-time switch was 4 years ago, I think, or 5 years ago, I don't remember. And yeah, and this is it, how we can make progress. First, we need to improve portfolio everywhere. We need to post our work to Twitter, LinkedIn, gain followers, gain new leads, connect with our employees, because those are network and new jobs comes with that. Then we need to change contracts on Upwork in 5 to 6 months interval, and we need to keep increasing rates, and we need to get the new job on these increased rates. And in this way we are constantly increasing the rates, we are constantly improving, and we are constantly getting higher revenue from Upwork. And yeah, at some case we will hit the sweet spot. On top of this, increasing the rate won't actually result increasing the revenue, and I would say yeah, we will slow down at this stage, and we still will keep increasing the rates, but more slowly. So we will also need to diversify platforms. So for example, in my case, I started working on Fiverr, and actually I found many good clients on Fiverr. As a platform, I think Fiverr is better. In a way, so new clients come more on Fiverr than Upwork, because on the other hand, Fiverr takes 20% cut, but Upwork takes 10% cut. But Fiverr also advertises your services, and it's easier to it's easier to take the new job at higher price. It may not be easier, but it's possible. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, and so as time goes, we will become probably top rated plus on Upwork, and we can actually work with 0% fee with new clients who come from other channels like Twitter or LinkedIn. For example, my 2 employees, current employees, I am working with them at 0% fee. Upwork doesn't take anything, so what they are paying comes directly to me without commission. And again, this is why it's important to improve portfolio and to have followers on different channels. Yeah, and this way you can then leverage the Upwork and work with them with 0% fee, with all the benefits like escrow, hourly work, automatic charging to clients, etc. So yeah, it's nice. And finally, yeah, we will probably need to register as an individual entrepreneur. So this is still a gray area, because yeah, nobody knows anything. Many are not paying taxes, many are paying. But yeah, so generally I think best way is to register individual entrepreneur and start paying 1% tax, and that's it. Yeah, this was it.